This is WeatherScope.
A massive storm system is sitting over two-thirds of the nation today, causing a variety of severe weather, ranging from severe thunderstorms, flooding rains, and blizzard conditions. Good afternoon. Welcome to this edition of WeatherScope. I'm Mike Bono. Again today, parts of the southeast are target for stormy weather. Bob Stokes has been monitoring the storm and joins us now from the Forecast Center with more.
That's right, Mike. Dangerous thunderstorms are beginning to develop and intensify in the southeast. When you get a cold front and subtropical air together, you're going to have that. In addition, with a very unstable weather environment, some sunshine is coming through and destabilizing the environment in many locales. Let's take a look at the southeast. There's the cold front moving toward the east. There's the flow of subtropical air. There's the breaks in the weather producing some sunshine. And as that subtropical air continues to come in this warm sector, we're seeing a very destabilized atmosphere, so much so that a tornado watch, in fact, two of them have been issued for the southern part of Alabama and Georgia and the northern part of Florida. This is relatively new, a thunderstorm watch in effect, including Columbus, Georgia, central Georgia, getting into the east central part of Alabama. And we also now have a tornado warning in effect for this area here, this line of storms in Orangeburg and Bamberg counties in South Carolina. At 12:55, a tornado was reported by Bamberg County Sheriff near Olar. It is moving toward the northeast at 35 miles per hour. In addition, 60-mile-per-hour thunderstorm gust reported by Orangeburg County Sheriff. Reports of numerous trees down. This is a dangerous storm as it moves toward the northeast at 35 miles per hour. That same system also produced heavy rain over a large part of the southeast, not excluded the capital of Georgia, Atlanta, which got hammered with heavy rains overnight. About 3 inches of rain fell in a very short period of time. Now, the quickly falling precipitation did its work to flood low-lying areas in the city. If you are in a traditionally flood-prone area, expect to have high water hazards today and avoid those high waters, of course. They could be flowing more rapidly than you suspect. Look at this. Hurricane-type amounts of rain in Biloxi, Mississippi, almost 11.5 inches of rainfall, going on down to Atlanta, just under 3 inches. So tremendous amounts of rain in the south. Here's the reason why. We have that subtropical feed coming in. You see it right there, and actually it's wrapping all the way around the low, which is centered here. And as the low moves toward the east, there's cold air aloft in this low. It's creating a very unstable weather environment in the southeast, so much so, again, that these thunderstorms have been breaking out to the south of Atlanta, getting into the southeastern part of Alabama. As a matter of fact, there are severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for Tallapoosa County and east central Alabama, Coweta County, Fayette County, and northwest Georgia. Flash flood warnings in effect for Coffee County and southeastern Alabama. So you can see that flow going up toward the northeast, affecting your travels today along I-95. And again, you can see the thunderstorms and the areas where those warnings are in effect and have been issued. And again, some of these could pop in these areas where we're seeing some sunshine coming through, at least some breaks in the weather. So more heavy rain possible in these areas, and dangerous winds, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, very possible as time goes on. And these are the areas here, by the way, that we've seen those tremendous amounts of rainfall, several inches of rain during the past 24 hours, and just flood warning as well, as a matter of fact, for Richmond County in Georgia, where some 2 inches has fallen during the past 3.5 to 4 hours. And there's a look at the lightning data, also moving toward the northeast. That's a dangerous situation. You want to stay away from any ungrounded metal objects, of course, as a thunderstorm moves your way. And please take cover in Orangeburg and Bamberg counties in South Carolina, where a tornado warning is in effect. How about the blizzard conditions across the Midwest and more information on the storms in the southeast? Join the Weather Channel online at weather.com for further information if you're away from your TV. Now, let's go back to the studio with Mike Bono.
Thanks a lot, Bob. Snow is the other facet of the sprawling storm system. You're facing near blizzard conditions in areas of the plains, and snow is now falling into the upper Midwest. We'll see the national map, and you can't miss this storm system. It takes over so much of the picture on our map, and low pressure being the center of the cyclone, so to speak. But we've got isobars all the way out to the east coast and into the Rockies swirling around this low, so its effects are widespread. On the satellite picture, you can see how the effects are widespread with more severe weather potential in the south and a large cloud shield right now, indicative of the snow. Now turning over to sleet in Milwaukee and Moline, Illinois, And it looks like Chicago sleet, snow is in your future over the next 24 hours. Blizzard conditions in parts of Iowa. As we see the precipitation tailing off north of about Rochester, Minneapolis, very light snows around your area, so good news back to Redwood Falls, Minnesota and Norfolk, Nebraska, but it's still snowing hard. Every hour it comes in heavy at Des Moines with drifts of several feet and some heavy snow around Manhattan, Kansas. Topeka, you've been getting a good deal of snow recently, and you can see the snow and the blowing snow conditions right now. As we go on into that area, we've got, for the most part, icy and snowy roads. Temperatures around Topeka are right on that borderline between freezing and above freezing, but it's dropping and the wind is blowing, and you're going to get drifting and more blowing snow in Topeka. Once again, a view of that large-scale map. The snow set up like this. The sleet, Milwaukee to Moline, and moving into Rockford, Illinois pretty soon. Temperatures still above freezing, but it'll freeze later on in the day up into Kirksville.
This Sunday edition of WeatherScope is sponsored by Midas Auto Systems Experts. What can we do for you today?
This is WeatherScope.
A massive storm system is sitting over 2/3 of the nation today, causing a variety of severe weather, ranging from severe thunderstorms, flooding, rain, and blizzard conditions. Good afternoon, this Sunday afternoon. Welcome to this edition of WeatherScope. I'm Lisa Moser. Again today, parts of the southeast are the target for some stormy weather. Bob Stokes has been monitoring the situation and joins us from the Forecast Center. Bob?
Thanks a lot, Lisa. When you combine a cold front with subtropical layer, you've got a volatile atmosphere shaping up, and that's what's occurring now in the southeastern part of the country, where we have tornado watches as well as individual warnings and even tornado warnings, which we're going to talk about in a moment. We're going to assess some damage that's been occurring due to flooding. But first, let's take a look now at the current map. There's the cold front moving toward the east, the subtropical flow coming in. There's the leading edge of that warm air. In fact, this is the warm sector of the storm system, the actual low here pulling off toward the northeast. As it does so, the moisture keeps coming in from the Gulf of Mexico, and as these open spaces continue to appear, enough sunshine could create more instability in the atmosphere. In fact, we have 2 tornado watches in effect covering a good chunk